Today we'll be taking apart a pair of Lewmar number 10 single speed winches. Take them apart, clean out all the old dried grease and oil, check it all over for any damage, broken parts or missing pieces, re-lubricate everything, and put them back together. These winches were on an Aloha 8.2. It's the primary winches, and they were replaced with Harkin 16 STs. Shortly after I got the boat, I've had them sitting around ever since. They're, I don't know when they were cleaned last, that's why I'm going to take them apart. They sound like they're missing. So, let's get them apart. There we go. So there's row bearings, a spacer, and another row of bearings. I don't think that comes off. Yes, it does. That goes with the recess facing up. There's no screw. There is no, doesn't appear to be any circlip on the top. That's the channel for that one. So there's nothing up top here. And I don't see anything in there that's holding it together. Well, I don't know how to get that apart. I'll have to look that up. In the meantime, let's get our cleaning tray. We'll add some solvent. I'm using paint thinner. Getting the inside and the outside of these bearings wet so they start soaking. Looks like they're cleaning up quite nice, just sitting. Is it pressed together? We may never know. Well, let's clean the drum first. That looks easiest. We'll get everything wet, let it start soaking. And a lot of winches come apart in different ways. These ones that I had the ring over the trim plate on top. It fit in the top of the post here, held everything together. I did a little pair of, I did a Harkin 16 ST actually, just like what's going to replace these. I redid it, and it was held together with a screw through the winch handle socket. That's the very top piece inside the assembly that the handle, your winch handle plugs into. And it was held together with a large flat or slotted screw. In the bottom of that socket, if you look down in where you put your winch on a 16 ST, you can see a slotted screw there. And that's the only thing holding everything together. The rest is just pins that come in and out, where this one was pretty well just as easy. Now, I wouldn't do this every year. This is something I would do once every 5 years. Cleaning like this. Otherwise, I would just go in and add a little bit of, wipe it maybe and add a little bit to it, but not get it right down shiny like this. This is the last time I will ever do these winches. All right, that looks pretty good. Is a steak knife. I would say this flat here, if you notice there's one flat, I think that would go face in the direction of the line feed. So you would orient this on if you're where are we? Okay, if your jib sheet comes in at this angle, you would turn this base and mount it like that so that the strain is on the large ear. It's drained quite well. And we will get rid of this. Okay. I'll just dry these off, get the worst of the solvent off them. I'm just going to drip a little oil in there right now from the bottom. Not much. 1, 2, 3, 4 drops. I think a 5th one snuck in. I'll let that work down through. It's coming out down here already, so I think that will be fine. I'll just make sure I have all the excess out before I do the final assembly, because we still have the body to contend with. It's the body. There's a pair of man, I can't even see the end of that. There should be. There's no hole to get at them. Oh, this one's broke, look. everything's broken. Now how do the springs come out of there? Holy camoly. Wait. Yeah, this one's broken. I think. Maybe it's just gummed up so bad. I'm going to take it over here. I'll be right back. Oh, good news. None of the springs are broken. It was just so dry and so gummed up with dry oil that they were sticking in place. So, it's more than just a cleaning. Well, it's actually still just a cleaning, but it's a repair cleaning, not just a cosmetic, I feel better cleaning. It wasn't working with that dirt in there. If you can see the buildup on the bottom of that pawl, imagine what's in between. And it's hard to wipe off, but it scrapes off very easily. You expect some resistance, and there's none. Anyway, that's looking pretty good. Trying to get the worst of the solvent out of there so it doesn't dilute whatever oil I put in, which is going to be just barely a drop. Let's put a drop and a drop. Look at the dirt coming out with the oil. But that's all right. That's just forcing some of the Verisol out, or paint thinner. I think we're ready for assembly. So to assemble, you're not supposed to use too much grease. I'm going to put a little dab of lithium grease right here. What I'm going to do is lightly load this brush. I mean, the pawls, this is just to keep the pawls from wearing. And this will be plenty of lubricant for the pawls. Just basically a film. Okay, and this is going to be the back of the bearings. So I'm just going to color that with grease, and when I put the bearings on and spin them, they will pick up what they need. Okay, so first things first, this one on, with the slot facing up. Tiny bit of grease on this washer, just a bit. I probably should have put a little bit under it. Okay. And then the first bearing. The bearing sits on there, kind of loose, but I guess all the rollers will be squeezed in by the drum when it goes on. Okay, and now there was the spacer and the second bearing. So there are the bearings. Now I'm going to I can see solvent breaking down that grease already, but I think that's acceptable. That's a lot. Better, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I sound like Bob Ross. Put a little bit right here. A little happy grease right there. Yeah. Just a happy little grease. We might as well put a little in here. That'll distribute itself around. Now, I'm going to put a little dab on these teeth. I think I already did, but I wiped it all off. Messing around. That's just enough to keep those pawls happy. I think we are ready to drop the drum on. And this you will oh, that sounds so nice. That works very well. Give this a quick wipe. There's that. And these rings, there's really no up and down. So I just hook the bottom in there and then start wrapping it around with your fingertip and push it all down until the last end snaps in place. And there, we're together. Well, that's running like new. All right, folks. Well, I hope that was of a help to someone. And there you go. Here's how to rebuild a Lewmar number 10 single speed winch.